What is up, fellow Pitt alums? I don't think this is how we expected 2020 homecoming to be, but despite the fact that we're not all tailgating together or running into each other at Hems, I'm incredibly honored to have been asked to give this Roc Talk, and even more grateful that you're taking the time to listen to it. I graduated in 2012 from the College of Business Administration. My name's Sarah Weber. There, I received a major in marketing and a certificate in public and professional writing. And, my experiences both inside and outside of the classroom have really shaped kind of who I am today and the trajectory I was on. Whether it was studying for finals at the Cathedral of Learning and being fortunate enough to be staying up all night in this absolutely beautiful building, to my experiences as a professional development consultant or with the business organization Phi Beta Lambda, all of them led to where I am today. And I'm guessing where, each and every one of you are today. I, through Phi Beta Lambda was able to meet a bunch of like-minded business students. And, we were able to travel nationally in different business competitions. Through that experience, you learn things like being with people that maybe are in different work styles than you are, being able to present and, orally communicate, being able to meet a deadline and feel the pressure of kind of being judged and getting feedback and getting criticism. And I was really able to take that to my first corporate role outside of Pitt in corporate healthcare marketing. And then I was able to shift into the agency side of my business and my industry. And through that, was able to work with brands like Nestle, Baskin Robbins, Tribe Hummus, just the ultimate opportunities as a marketer from a strategic and creative standpoint, working with the most amazing teams and getting to promote just the coolest things. I mean, who knew the kind of work that went into shooting a bowl of ice cream is all I have to say. So since my time at UPMC and in these agency roles, I have actually since started my own business called Sweb Marketing. And as a business owner, it's been incredibly rewarding. I'm able to hire and work with incredible people and also just continue to keep a pulse on different Pitt connections. Through going back and giving presentations at marketing classes, I've been able to kind of bring in job shadows or allow, people to do informational interviews with me and give back in a way that, I always wanted as a student. And basically look up to someone who is where I want to be in 5 years, ask them those stupid questions that we now know just weren't that stupid at the time, and just kind of gain that understanding and realize the impact that it carried on me then and what impact I'm able to kind of pass forward now. I, in addition to doing that and having my business, which if you're interested in marketing or looking for a marketing partner for where you're currently working at, visit swebmarketing.com. But I've also kind of taken that passion for marketing and combined it with my passion for eating and drinking. This definitely isn't coffee. To start what is my new passion project, an Instagram account called The Pittsburgh Web. You can find it at the Pittsburgh Web. And, anyone who is living in Pittsburgh, wants to keep a pulse on the city that they spent 4 years in, should follow and, shoot me a message with what you think. But essentially, the Pittsburgh Web has two main goals. Number one, to answer that age-old question, what am I going to do, eat, or drink tonight? Or kind of the primary reason is number two, which, the world we're living in right now and our current climate has made it incredibly challenging for small local businesses to stay afloat. And, they're killing the innovation game whether it be a restaurant who's doing a rooftop dinner series or creating, innovative to-go boxes, whether it be a workout studio that's doing virtual classes or a craft studio that is doing DIY kits that you can do at home, anything and everything to allow us to feel safe and comfortable and allow them to keep their doors open. And the biggest role that I want to play is to make sure everyone knows about it, that everyone knows that they can do these things and still support local businesses in the meantime. So I'm marketing the Pittsburgh Web, and I do want to take a second to just bring all that back to my experience at Pitt. I think there's a couple main things that I really just reflect on and I'm grateful for. One being kind of the panels that I was able to attend. I met my very first mentor, who then actually gave me the connection for my very first internship. And ironically, 5-6 years later, we were working at the same agency together. It all really came full circle. And I'm super grateful for the role that she played kind of in my professional development and my professional career. And then the other thing is a little bit more of an anecdote, but just kind of a surreal experience. My senior year at Pitt, I was part of a class called Projects in Marketing, and it was actually a course that you had to apply to be a part of. And instead of Scantron tests and in the classroom homework, we actually took it out of the classroom and were assigned a client. Our classmates became our coworkers. We all had to kind of apply for and assign different parts of the agency, and were able to work with NFL Play 60. And the kind of culmination of the work throughout the semester brought us to bringing all of our ideas to a Steelers game. And I bring this up because fast forward 7-8 years later, as a part of my business, I recently have been able to work with one of the owners of the Steelers to bring his first book to market and handle all the digital marketing promotion of that. And, what a cool experience for me to sit down with him and say, number one, I'm such a huge Steelers fan. I have so much respect for the franchises and specifically this franchise and what it built. But I also had exposure to that, back in my time at Pitt, and was able to see a little bit and have a little bit of taste of that. And that brings me a unique perspective and positioning when, I'm taking on this kind of role. So, I'm super grateful for Pitt. I very much encourage you, no matter what industry you're in, to give back, stay approachable. I know there were several times where I was applying for jobs and looked to see, hey, is there an HR person who graduated from Pitt here on LinkedIn, or someone in the role that I'm aspiring to be in, and sent them a direct message. And, most of them were incredibly responsive, incredibly willing to help, because they do see themselves in you. And, encouraging you to stay connected. And there's no other way to end this by a big ol' hail to Pitt. Thanks, everyone.